Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. I'd like to welcome you to our morning video blog. Today is Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. Once again, these bulls do not disappoint. I've got the SPY up here on the chart, and you can see yesterday that the bulls just continued moving. They just won't give up. And as long as they won't give up, well, we'll just take advantage of that. Looks like we had a little sideways action going on for a couple of days yesterday, day before yesterday. We moved sideways to the previous day's candle. Yesterday we popped back up here a little bit, and it kind of looks like we're going to open up a little bit higher here. As long as the trend maintains its trend, as long as the bulls can control what it's doing, then I will remain long. I had some new buys yesterday. I will share them with you here toward the end of this video, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so let's take a look at FNGU. I've said this before. I believe this is one of the most important charts to keep an eye on for now. A month from now, that could change. 2 months from now, it could change. But right now, I do believe it's one of the most important charts. It represents the FANG stocks or the big tech stocks. And looks like we're gapping up a little bit. We still have 2 hours before the market opens. It's let's see, in terms of time, it's actually 7:30 Eastern right now during this video. So, like I say, anything can happen in 2 hours. We're trending up. There are just no signs of any sellers coming in, just no signs whatsoever. When we do see sellers, we'll take appropriate action, but right now we don't want to do that. I get an awful lot of emails, private messages from members asking in the room. A lot of people contacting me, just fearful of this market. I'm going to go back to the SPY here. Just absolutely fearful of this market, that it's just way, way too high. I do not disagree with that. I think it's out of control, but it is what it is. Look, the market is the market, and our job is to trade alongside it. Our job is not to guess when the top is going to be in. Our job is not to guess when the bottom is there. Our job is to take pieces out of the middle. That's our job. So, I don't want to be out of this market. I don't want to be sitting on the sidelines. However, I think that some traders, if that's their choice because of their experience in trading, or maybe they're new in trading, maybe they've been struggling in trading, this is the kind of market maybe it is best to sit out along the sidelines. But I personally do not want to miss this, and so far it's been working fine. Number one thing, follow price action. When you see price action questioning your decisions, then step out. Or if you're questioning price action, step out. You don't have to hold a stock forever and ever. You can sell it. In fact, we pride ourselves on simply looking for base hits and simply looking for those what I would call reasonable profits. We don't chase 100% movers. We go after, we grow our account, and that's what I'm doing with the Road to Wealth account. So be a little cautious. I'm extremely cautious. I'm very careful of what I buy. I post to all the members what is bought, post to all the members what is sold, and we'll talk about some things I bought yesterday here shortly. What else can I say here? Let's take a look at VXX. I'm watching VXX like a hawk. I got asked the other day why I watch VXX and not the VIX. Well, because I trade VXX, and it's a VIX tool. It's a VIX instrument. does the same thing as far as I'm concerned. And I trade this chart, so I keep an eye on this. And looking at VXX here, this is starting a bullish turn. Now, it is yet to actually make some big, huge bullish move, has yet to make some sort of statement. Until it does, I'm not going to get too say bearish, or I'm not ready to step away from the market just yet. But I am watching this like a hawk. Right now, I would have to say if we take out this high right over here on August 27th, then possibly we could get up into say 31.40, and that will probably make the market even question itself on going up so high. So we just simply, the answer is to simply watch price action and pay attention to those candles, and you know, if you feel nervous, step out, get out of the way, take your profits on your positions. Okay, let's look at some charts. Let's start with TNA. Now let's look at IWM first. IWM, you know, IWM looks like it's a little bullish here. We're sitting right in the trap right now, the 3/8 trap. Nice trend, great candle yesterday. Terrific little consolidation. That looks good. Now, there's a lot of people that can't trade IWM, 157.20. Some people can't trade. That's too high price. No problem. This looks bullish. Let's take a look at TNA. TNA, this is the small cap. Now, this is a triple. If you don't know what that is, please Google it. Understand what the singles, doubles, and triples are. I like to trade this, but please, if you're going to trade this, make sure you Google it. Learn how a triple works here. So I'm looking right now at TNA on a positive, some positive trading, which it looks like it's opening up here. The first thing TNA is going to have to do is clear this top, and then I'm looking for 42 bucks up here. Possibly 45, but let's get to 42 first. So once we get through 47.35, and I'm looking for a buy possibly in this area here. Let's put a little circle up there. Maybe a buy right in that area, and then watch for the breakout. So what we'll do is, if it's not bought in this area, let it break out. Maybe do a little testing here, and then look for that little buy signal over here in a few days, providing it does break out. Another chart that I'm looking at, adding to the watch list. By the way, that's what I do, is I add these stocks to the watch list. It doesn't mean that take PZZA. You know, PZA doesn't have to be bought today. It doesn't even have to be bought next week. It could not give us our trigger to buy it. Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be next week. What I'm looking for are charts that have the ability to move higher. So one thing I'm looking at is trend. I'm looking at price action. I'm looking at chart patterns here. Basically, let's do it this way. I'm looking for a chart pattern about this many days. And then I'm looking over here as well. What's the chart pattern over here? How did we get up here? I could even go back looking in this area. How did we go from here to here to here to here? That's the kind of thing I'm looking for to determine whether this chart can give us more to the upside. So right now on PZZA, we could, let's do this, there we are, simply move sideways till we get into that trend line. The bulls could also take it and just start popping it up. It's all about this little area right in here. And then I'm looking at 109, possibly followed by 116. But let's worry about 109 first. All right, another one I'm looking at is MOS. Now, I almost bought this at the close today. Yesterday, excuse me. Almost bought this. Decided that I would just wait. MOS, if we start to break out of this top right in here, I'm looking for 22, 20 up here. Also, if we just draw a line up, just kind of using price right in there like that. This low, this low. I could also see where MOS could be bought in this area here, anticipating that breakout. And of course, if it didn't break out and it actually started to move down, that's why we have protective stops. It is so important to put your stops on and obey them without question. When I talking to the members during the day, sometimes I'll let them know, hey, look, focus on your losers. Your winners will take care of themselves. If you're looking at good quality chart patterns, you're making your entries at a reasonably good spot. Worry about your losers, and there's going to be those losers. Not everything is going to go up. So, if you've got one that's just not working, it's just not its time, maybe, or maybe it's not going to work. And if it gets down there, man, don't wait for this thing. Don't make excuses for it to come down here and come down here. Don't make those excuses. This is it. If it doesn't start working, here, let's do this here. It can have a nice little inside day maybe, but it needs to keep doing what it's doing. And what is it doing? It's making a low and a higher low. If it gets down there and starts messing around with that low, step out of it. Take the small loss. If it starts to move back up, you can always get back in it. All right, so take care of the losers. The winners will take care of themselves. So I get it if there's buyers that wants to buy it in this area. Just keep track of that stop. As it moves up, let's look for 22.20 up here. Another one's Facebook. Facebook is acting pretty good. A lot of members of Hit and Run Candlesticks have been playing with Facebook. Made a lot of money through this area right in here. Great. Looks like it's consolidating. Anywhere between these two lines, I think, is a good buy. Also, if it starts to break out of this line right here, I think is a fairly good buy. Again, those stops, these lows, that's it. I mean, if this, if we're in this and this thing starts getting through there, that's it. Take it off the table. You don't want to keep following this for some ridiculous reason. It might not seem ridiculous to you at the time, but by the time it gets down here and you close it and lose a bunch of money, you'll think, well, that really was a ridiculous reason, because some bozo said it was going to move up. Mind your charts and stick with your rules. So here I'm looking at this. We start to see positive trading or anything in here, I'm going to look at a possible buy. And 325 up here for a target. Close to 325 for a target. AMD. Now, we talked about AMD here last few days. AMD had a big pop here day before yesterday. Yesterday, a little doji up here at the high end of the range. Pretty much anything above this line right here, which is yesterday's low. Pretty much anything above that, I'm going to look at this as bullish. I'm going to look at 96.50, then 103 as some possible price targets. Anything below that line there, I'm not going to be so bullish on it. Now, let me back that comment up just a little bit. It's not that I won't be so bullish. I won't be so quick to enter. There's a difference between, hey, this is a bullish chart, and an entry. We shop in this area for an entry, determine a bullish chart. We look at the little bit of a bigger picture here. This is a bullish chart. Make sure it meets your entry rules. I like anything above yesterday's low, and of course, if it starts breaking out, that might get pretty sweet for some folks. Look for that 96.50 then 103 as a target. MAS, basic materials here. This is looking pretty good. Similar to a Morningstar signal. Here's a 2-day chart, and it kind of shows it off a little bit better. Yeah, 2-day chart shows it a little bit better. We're back to the daily chart now. So MAS, what I'm looking for here is follow through. And once again, if we see this move down as an inside day in here, which It kind of looks like it's opening up higher. But that doesn't mean it can't come back down, though. We could look for an entry in here, and we could look for an entry in here. So I'm going to put the buy box like this, kind of split the difference. And what we're looking for are buyers to be in there, positive trading, prove that this candle actually meant something right in here. So what I'm looking for is about $63 for a possible target. LB is another one. Nice little pullback in LB. We came right through the trap. Good volume on LB. Looks like we're opening up a little bit higher, right at the highs of yesterday. $35.70, then maybe $40. Buy box about this area right in here. I hope this is helpful for everybody. If you're having trouble with these and you're not making money, please contact us and we can do what we can to help you. I feel very lucky and very fortunate that I came into the trading world, and I'm very thankful for the folks that helped me out when I started to get me on the right path. And then very fortunate the way things have turned out. Road to Wealth account is killing it. We did end up, by the way, the end of August, almost 11% gain in the new Road to Wealth account, where we're going to double our $10,000 the first 12 months, and maybe even more. So, like I say, if you have trouble figuring all this out, I'm giving you the rough draft here. I'm giving you the basic idea. There's still some help that a lot of people need. You know exactly where you buy it. We can talk about that. How do you take profits? Do you live with that 35.70 up there? And I'll give you a little clue. No, I don't. But we can give you those. We can help you with those things on really, how to trade. Lynn, we better get through this. Lynn, look at Lynn. Great morning star signal here. I'm going to look at a 2-day chart. That's a good looking chart right there in the trap. We did break out of the trap. I'm looking for a buy in this area right there. Just like that. And then we'll look for 83 or so for a target. URI is one. URI. Check out that bullish engulf. Nice bullish engulf. And looks like we're actually opening up a little higher. I think that's pretty good. $200 for a target on URI, United Rentals. Let's put a little line in here. Something like that right there. I'm going to throw the buy box on there. Just like that. That's simple. So really what we're kind of looking for is up, maybe a test. Maybe we wait for the test. Maybe we just feel like we want to buy it here. And then what we do is we manage the chart as it moves up into our profit zone. All right, let's take a look at a few charts that we're in. First of all, I did close VXX yesterday for a small profit, added to the Road to Wealth account. Hey, that's what it's about, right? So I closed that out, made some good money. Yesterday, right toward the close, I bought some Dow, DOW. This, by the way, was on yesterday's watch list, and I bought that yesterday. I bought it up here, maybe a little high, but I wanted to see how pretty much everything was closing during the day, so I waited, bought it up here. I will consider an add to if it pulls back. Right now, to me, this is the buy box in this area here, and like I say, I may add to it if it starts to pull back here. So let's go to a weekly chart for a target on this. Let's start with about that right there, and then we're going to put one right in there. So there's what we're kind of looking for. We'll see what happens around 48.80, and then we'll watch price and see if we can get to 52. Another trade that I took on yesterday, and I want to reach out to one of our members. He pointed this out toward the end of the day, that this was looking pretty good. He bought it, and I went right in with him. That's a good-looking chart. looks like we're going to open up just about yesterday's close. This is a nice, what we call a Fig Newton chart pattern. Good trend. We had a breakout here like this. So we could move sideways just a little bit. That's possible. We'll put buy box or add 2 box right in there. And for a target, let's just come up here and fill that gap. And then we'll take it from there. Another one, let's see. Well, let's see. I can't remember. We'll talk about it anyway. I bought some Hilton Worldwide HLT. This is very similar to that EB chart. So we'll just put something like that right there. And there's buy box. Nice little Fig Newton chart pattern on Hilt. I'm still holding NIO. And I will consider taking that last off of that possibly today or tomorrow. And I also still have Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble looks like we're going to open up just about where it closed yesterday, pretty much inside the trap here. I'm still looking for 140, 130 for Procter & Gamble. It's still doing its thing right there. Okay, that's the trade ideas for hit and run candlesticks. I hope you all enjoy it. And, if you have some things you want me to talk about, if you have, anything you want me to talk about, please shout out to me, and I'll certainly try to do that. Alrighty, everybody, you take care. Hope to see you in the trading room, and good trading to you.